The geopolitical map of 2026 was just set on fire. A leaked document from the Davos summit has revealed the true nature of Donald Trump's Greenland gambit. It is not just a purchase, it is a master plan to create a new type of American sovereignty. The leak suggests the U.S. is moving to establish sovereign base areas across Greenland, directly mimicking the UK's ironclad control over Cyprus. This isn't just about a military base, it's about total legal and resource control over the most strategic piece of ice on Earth. While the media was focused on tariff threats, the White House was quietly engineering a deal that secures the world's largest deposits of lithium and silver under U.S. law. Today, we are exposing the Cyprus Protocol, the secret role of the Golden Dome missile shield, and why this deal just changed the value of your silver stack forever. So what does UK-style control of Cyprus actually mean? In 1960, when Britain gave Cyprus independence, they kept two sovereign base areas, Akrotiri and Dhekelia. These aren't just leased bases, they are legally British territory. The leaked memo suggests Trump is demanding the same for Greenland. Instead of buying the whole island and fighting the EU, the US wants to carve out massive sovereign zones that contain the key ports, the mineral-rich fjords, and the missile sites. In these zones, US law, not Danish or Greenlandic law, would be supreme. This is the Monroe Doctrine in action, a 21st century update to the Monroe Doctrine, asserting that the Arctic is now an American lake. Why go to this extreme? Follow the metal. Greenland isn't just ice, it's the future of the American industrial machine. The leak confirms that the proposed sovereign zones sit directly on top of massive rare earth, lithium, and silver deposits. By controlling the territory as U.S. soil, the administration can bypass international mining regulations and ensure that 100% of these resources flow directly to U.S. gigafactories. This is a total blackout of Chinese and Russian influence in the Arctic. If you are stacking silver, you need to pay attention. The U.S. is no longer relying on trade. They are moving toward territorial extraction. They are securing the supply at the source, under their own flag. The leak also sheds light on the Golden Dome, Trump's proposed advanced missile defense network. The deal presented to NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte in Davos was simple. Give us the sovereign zones, and we provide the dome. This network would protect not just Greenland, but the entire North American and European corridor from hypersonic threats. It's the ultimate carrot and stick. By framing it as a security necessity, the U.S. is making it impossible for Denmark to say no without looking like they are compromising global safety. The Cyprus Model allows Denmark to save face by keeping nominal sovereignty over the ice, while the U.S. takes the real power, the land and the minerals. Let's talk about the leverage. The leak confirms that the 10% tariff announced last week, scheduled to jump to 25% in June, was the negotiating floor. Trump's team is using the threat of a total trade war with the EU to force the Cyprus-style deal through. It's economic coercion on a scale we've never seen. The U.S. stock markets took a hit, and silver hit record highs this week because the world finally realized that Trump is serious. He isn't just tweeting. He's redrawing the borders of the West. This framework of a future deal isn't a compromise. It's a conquest through contract. What does this mean for the individual investor? We are entering the era of resource imperialism. In 2026, wealth is no longer about digital digits. It's about who owns the physical ground where the critical metals are buried. As the U.S. secures its own sovereign mines in Greenland, the global price of silver and lithium will be dictated by U.S. domestic policy, not international markets. This is why you must hold physical metal. When the giants start fighting over territory, the paper price becomes a fiction. The only truth is the metal you have secured in your own private sovereign zone. The Greenland leak has exposed the blueprint for the next century of American power. The Cyprus Model is the new standard for resource security. The plug has been pulled on the old diplomatic order, and a new colder reality is taking its place. Watch the Davos updates, watch the Danish response, but most importantly, watch your stack. The fight for the Arctic has begun, and it's a fight for the very foundations of wealth. Subscribe to channel.